In early 2025, a single photo appeared on a Dubai property forum. No sunset, no skyline, no billionaire lifestyle. Just the underside of a luxury villa on Palm Jumeirah, raw concrete, cracked surfaces, exposed steel, water stains spreading through every joint where land meets sea. The villa wasn't abandoned, it wasn't ancient. It was less than 20 years old. That photo got dismissed almost immediately, called fake, exaggerated, isolated. But here's what nobody asked. Why were the people with the most to lose the loudest voices calling it fake? Because the real story isn't one crumbling villa. The real story is what happens when the world's most famous man-made island quietly stops being a symbol of the future and starts becoming a liability. When Palm Jumeirah was announced in the early 2000s, Dubai already had luxury. What made the Palm different was that it seemed impossible. An entire residential island, shaped like a palm tree, built from scratch out of sand, dropped into the Arabian Gulf. Construction started in 2001. Millions of tons of seafloor sand were dredged up and compacted using a process called compaction. It was engineering at a scale the world had never attempted. And it worked, at least on the surface. By 2007, the Palm had become one of the hottest real estate markets on the planet. Villas were flipping at prices that defied logic. Buyers flooded in from Russia, the UK, India, across Europe. The logic wasn't about fundamentals. It was about belief. And belief, it turns out, is a very fragile foundation. For years, the belief held. The numbers were extraordinary. In 2022, Palm Jumeirah recorded some of Dubai's highest ever real estate transactions. One penthouse sold for approximately $82 million. Knight Frank ranked the Palm among the top 5 ultra-luxury residential locations in the world. Billionaires weren't just buying homes, they were parking wealth. Then, quietly, the story began to shift. According to data from the Dubai Land Department and independent trackers, Palm prices peaked around mid-2023. They didn't crash, but they softened. Here's why that matters. While Palm prices slowed, other Dubai areas, Dubai Hills Estate, Jumeirah Bay Island, downtown Dubai, kept climbing faster. For the first time in over a decade, the Palm started underperforming comparable luxury locations. That's not a fluctuation, that's a signal. Then came a survey in late 2024 estimating that between 22% and 28% of Palm villas show signs of non-occupancy, nearly a quarter of one of the most expensive residential areas on Earth. Sitting empty. These aren't abandoned homes, they are investment assets. The owners visit occasionally, some don't come at all. And the seat doesn't care about your investment schedule. The Arabian Gulf is one of the most hostile environments for construction materials on the planet. High salinity, extreme temperatures, relentless biological activity. All of it accelerates the corrosion of steel and the degradation of concrete. Engineering studies show that structures in this environment typically require significant maintenance within 10 to 15 years. Many Palm villas are now entering exactly that window. Maintenance on a man-made island isn't like fixing a house on land. You need marine equipment just to access structural elements. Repair costs can run 3 to 6 times higher than standard work. And who pays? Not the developer, not the government, the individual property owner. The prestige was shared, the cost is personal. At the top of the market, owners who paid $50 million, $80 million, $100 million. This is barely a disruption. They have full-time maintenance teams. Rising costs are an inconvenience, not a crisis. But the middle tier is where pressure builds. These are buyers who spent $2 to $5 million on a villa. They rely on rental income. They don't have unlimited repair budgets. A structural bill of $300,000 to $500,000 isn't just expensive, it's existential. And now they are competing with newer developments offering better infrastructure, lower risk, and similar prices. Their asset isn't just slowing down, it's carrying costs they didn't sign up for. And there's a third layer that rarely gets discussed at all: the maintenance workers, the cleaners, the security teams, the property managers, many commuting from areas like Dara, sending money home to families across South Asia. When margins tighten, they are the first to feel it. Hours cut, contracts not renewed, salaries frozen while costs rise. The luxury experience stays polished on the surface. The pressure builds underneath. Here's the deepest problem. Palm Jumeirah was designed to be permanent, but the ownership structure is designed to be temporary. Buying a $5 million villa doesn't give you citizenship. It gives you a renewable visa and partial access to a fragmented management system. Owners cycle in and out. Priorities differ. Investment horizons vary. But the island requires consistent, collective effort just to survive. That gap between what the island needs and what the ownership model provides is growing. And it's already showing up in financial behavior. Developers are shifting from building new projects to generating income from existing ones. That's the transition from expansion to preservation. In a city built on constant growth, that shift means something. Let's be clear, Palm Jumeirah is not going to sink. The land is stable, the engineering base is solid. But that's not the real risk. The real risk is the loss of premium value. Because the Palm's price has never just been about square footage. It's been about perception, exclusivity, prestige, the idea that this place represents the future. If that perception weakens, even slightly, the financial model changes. And that change doesn't come as a headline. It comes as small signals. A villa taking slightly longer to sell, a maintenance bill slightly higher than expected, a rental yield slightly lower than last year. Individually, they mean nothing. Together, they tell a story. So the question is simple and uncomfortable. When you buy property on the Palm, what are you actually buying? The dream or the structure beneath it? Because right now, those two things are no longer perfectly aligned.